So you started YouTube automation as a complete beginner 60 days ago. How much money has the channel generated last month?
Last month I made...
I want to give people the real stuff. Meet David. He's one of the students in my program and he started his Faceless YouTube automation channel 60 days ago from complete scratch with no experience, and it exploded. In this video, he's gonna tell us exactly how he did it. David, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me today, brother.
Hey, Raz. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. So, what were you doing before, David?
I mean, I'm still doing it, kind of. I work in marketing, I would say. I guess right now I'm on a path to become a content creator.
Marketing, it's like a normal, traditional 9-to-5 job. You have a normal career.
Exactly. That's always been the plan until recently.
When it comes to YouTube automation, did you have any previous experience? Were you a content creator before? Have you taken some courses before? What was your like level 0 start day experience?
Actually, I realized I kind of had an experience, but like very slightly. So like approximately a year and a half ago, I just tried to freelance a bit and I found this guy and he was doing shorts and I was doing some idea research. But still, like even after doing this, whenever I like kind of came across the term YouTube automation, my thought of doing this was those like rain videos.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I didn't really think it through that I could be actually doing long form videos that make money like this. At first I was like, oh, this is super easy. I'm gonna do it. Then I started doing my research on it and I realized that's kind of bullshit. Like it's super saturated. It's not probably not gonna make any money. So that was it. I've closed the idea. I wasn't thinking about it any further until I came across you somehow.
Tell me about that. So what it was, how did you come across us first, if you remember, but then what it was that sold you, that like aha moment? I was like, oh, this makes sense now.
I know that like definitely I started thinking about like I have to do something. I need to start like doing some side hustle. I almost started dropshipping. And then I think I came across you on Instagram and I was like, okay, this is something that I kind of like makes sense to me, but I still didn't give it like too much thought, and I just booked the call and I was like, let's see what's gonna happen afterwards. Actually, only after the first call I started researching a little bit more. I was able to make the decision that that this is what I have to do.
You moved pretty fast, like you were a good action taker, which I think shows in the speed of the success. So man, let's talk about the journey. Tell me about your niche. How did you come across the niche? How did you think about it?
It's kind of a coincidence because at that time when I had these calls and like was considering this idea, I was listening to a lot of podcasts in this niche. That was my kind of the first thought that this is maybe something I could be doing. And then after having the knowledge from you, from the course, and going deeper and deeper and deeper, I was able to kind of find my sub niche. I've also like I don't want to forget to mention that I've obviously researched some other niches as well. But here I believe I found a sub niche that is not difficult to do and I will be able to make good views. Yeah. You
did a great job. You knew a little bit about it, seems like, from like just your free time. There are a lot of people who are watching this right now who maybe want to start, who are looking at 100 niches. How would you recommend them go about it? How would you recommend them find the thing that was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do?
I mean, to start very simply, like all the things you need to do is to follow the course. Like everything is outlined there, like exactly how to proceed. You mentioned there that we should actually consider something that we like or kind of enjoy, so that it's more relatable for us and a little bit more easy to spend hours on it, because actually it's a big decision with the niche, because you're gonna be stuck with it for a couple of years at least, or 100%. hopefully, right?
Yes.
So I didn't do anything extra. I just followed what you said. Maybe the extra thing that I did, like I really spent at least like 2 days researching, and I tried to go as deep as possible and find like different sub niches. And the one I picked is the one that I've seen both new channels being successful and big channels having millions of subscribers. So I kind of knew that there's the potential.
It's fair to say that it's just a combination of taking the information that was provided, like follow these steps, and then you just combine that with taking serious action and just going down the rabbit hole on your own, playing around with the space. That was it.
Exactly. Just following and a little bit of extra effort.
Because I see a lot of people and I get a lot of messages that say, no, that niche is not gonna, like I tell them, hey, do sports, do business, do something. Nah, that's not gonna work. That's saturated. That's not, but I have not even tried. I have not even done the research to see that there's like 5 layers of sub niches that you can go into, or like 50 different verticals within a big one. So I think you've done an amazing job with that. Congratulations. What about your team, right? We refer to the pillars. What about your team? Did you have experience hiring people before? Where did you find your team? Tell us about that.
I wouldn't say I had experience like hiring people really before. My mindset was set to find the team right now and like never change it, which obviously was a super naive thought. I kind of pushed myself to make a habit out of hiring consistently.
Yes.
In the end, like, I don't know, I've had at least like 5 people in each role.
Did you find them on the classic platforms, Fiverr and Upwork?
Yeah, Fiverr and Upwork. That's it. I was trying to find one in my former university group as well, but then I was lucky on Upwork. So
I mean, if by lucky you mean you posted the right job post in the right category with the right title and the right people, so yeah, then you got lucky. The main reason for these interviews is for people to see that actually other people, normal people from diverse backgrounds with no experience are doing this, and also to break through those things, because for some reason people procrastinate a lot, and you've probably seen it in the community as well, where it's like, it's as easy as that. You just go on Upwork, you just go on Fiverr, and the people are there. You just need to basically put up the job post or message them, and it's gonna work, right?
Exactly.
Do you mind giving us how much do you pay per role and what's the total cost?
Yeah, so actually for a long time I didn't have a script writer. So actually I was writing the scripts myself. So okay. I was saving quite some decent money. So those videos were like approximately maybe $50.
So you use $50 per video, but you had no script for the first couple of months.
Yeah, exactly. Now I upped it a little bit, I think to 80 potentially. Yeah, 85, but it's because I have a scriptwriter, and also I found a video editor who is from the US and has a good experience in a similar niche with like one of the biggest channels.
What was the criteria? What was the picker like, oh, I'm gonna go with this guy, or oh, I'm gonna go with this guy? Whereas from the first guy that you hired, you switched, and now you know like, okay, this is good. All right, so what was the criteria? We're looking for experience, cost optimization. What was that process like? I
had some basic criteria of costs. Yeah, like I had my maximum, right? And I remember at the beginning I just asked for their experience and maybe some sample work, and I've hired based on that sample.
You were basically just hiring based off their portfolio, nothing else.
Yes, yeah.
This was in the beginning, right? What changed now?
Right now I always get a sample of their work.
So custom. I'm just saying for people to understand, you get a custom sample for you, for your channel.
Exactly. So I'm working on a script or on a video that is in process, or I use the latest one. I give them the brief, the instructions, and do like a 30 seconds to 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's not a full sample. That's good.
No. Of course, it's just, and that's pretty much enough. And also the second thing I'm looking for is the general approach and communication, because one thing I realized, I'm able to sacrifice a little bit of quality if the work approach or the collaboration is easy, and I see there's like some proactiveness or very transparent communications. Yeah, I even let some people go who were good, but I just all the texts I've been receiving from them were like yes, no, ready, done, and that's not how you're gonna work or improve.
This is the highlight of this, to be honest, because not a lot of people mention this, but what you're saying, if I understand it correctly, and by the way, this is a lesson for my business, for GC, and for my channels as well, you are saying that you would rather have somebody who's like, let's say a 9 out of 10, or like maybe even an 8 out of 10, but his communication, he goes above and beyond, he comes up with ideas, he does all the work, and he's very proactive in communication, rather than a 10 out of 10 with the best experience possible that replies once every 2 days when the work is done.
100%. Exactly like that. The goal of this business is longevity. Even though at the beginning you have a lot of you have to change quite a few things, you have to be flexible in some areas, but in the end you're looking forward for something sustainable that's going to last long term.
The team is the 80%, right? If you have a good team, you'll have a good business. If you have a bad team, it will turn into you chasing people to like, hey, where's the script? Hey, where's the voice? Hey, where's this? And you're basically eliminating that and not allowing that to happen. With that being said, how much time would you say are you spending managing the channel, putting everything together right now per week?
Right now, I'm actually not really spending so much time anymore. First of all, I spend a lot of time, but just because I want, not because I need. Like, I'm addicted to checking data, checking YouTube Studio, right? Just as everybody else, I guess.
Yeah, I think once you get a little bit of it, once you get the taste, you'll be there like every day, multiple times a day.
Yeah, it's such a dopamine addiction or whatever. Yeah. How much time I need now actually to manage the channel? I would say max 1 hour per day.
To me, and then to everybody basically who's coming from like the brick and mortar business or the traditional business world, right? Paying like a team of people $50 to $80 per video and having this results and having this work done for you basically is like, it's surreal to them. And I really believe that it's one of the great opportunities that this business model has to offer. It's great. It's amazing, man. So when it comes to the videos, right, I guess again, the pillars are like niche, team, and then there's videos. What was the most challenging part when it comes to the videos, given that you already have a good team that's kind of dialed in? What was left? What was it there for you?
I guess then the last thing that, and maybe the most important thing in the end, is to come up with ideas that work. That's something that really takes some time to kind of crack on, because again, this is it's described in the course how to approach coming up with ideas. But I think that essentially YouTube automation is a skill. It's not a blueprint that you're going to follow and you're going to make money. It's you still need to develop the skill itself. So understand your niche a little bit better and understand what like separates the shitty ideas from the good ones. And also one thing that took me a while to realize is that my competitor, since my competitor is bigger than me, they can afford to be a little bit more lazy with the ideas.
Interesting. That's another gem right there.
And actually, Mr. B says it in one of the videos. Like, you need to find something that works and think about how to make it 100 times better.
You add your own twist basically, and that in some niches that's like adding to it, right? Like going even deeper, more in depth, covering more ground. But in other niches, if you do finance documentaries, for example, right, it could be exactly the opposite. You wanna put it up, make it more broad, talk about generalities. But yeah, it's great. But I guess what you were saying when it comes to lazy is like they basically get away with more stuff easier than a small channel does because they already have an audience.
Yeah, exactly. These things you're gonna learn as you post. And that's why we post consistently and in a huge quantity, or as much as possible, to get the variety of data. And
how many videos? You mentioned videos. How many videos do you post per week right now?
3. I was trying to scale it up to 4 a bit. I settled on 3.
I got you. 3 is pretty decent. I think 3 is becoming the average right now. You know, I'm a numbers guy, so I love numbers. I want to share them with your audience. So you said you are spending $80 per video, 3 a week. So $240 a week, let's say $240, $260 a week. That's about $1,000 per month in cost, right? In production, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and how much money have you made last month, David? People want to know.
Last month, I made $8,200.
Okay, so you basically operated like a 80 to 85% profit margin. And for how long have you had the channel at this point?
2 months since I posted my first video.
That's
so insane. Actually, it took me 1 month to get monetized.
So you started from scratch, brand new channel from scratch, 1 month to get monetized.
Yes, exactly. And then I will start, and yeah, my first paycheck was 300. I was like, not bad for a start. I'm happy.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. And again, it's like, it's literally like $8,000, $8,200 in 60 days. How about this month? Because I think we are, it's the 25th when we are recording this. How is this month going?
I was expecting to land on like 5K.
Okay.
Until Monday. On Monday, I've actually posted a new video, and another video also started from out of nowhere. After 20 days being posted, started growing.
An old video, just
an old one. Yeah. So I have 2 videos now, kind of growing, and it will be at least 6, and maybe I will even duplicate the 8.
Pretty insane. What would you say has been the biggest thing? Like, what would you attribute the success to? If you say one thing, this allowed me to do this, what was that?
What I would definitely call out as the most critical decisions that I was able to make somehow was, I think I found a good niche.
Yep.
I think that's kind of set me up for success.
Yes.
And secondly, it was listening to the advice of the coaches, because the reason why one of my videos stormed off so into the insane numbers was only like one tiny piece of advice from James that actually had the value of $11,000. And
Wow,
it
that's
wouldn't
insane.
happen. Yeah, and it wouldn't happen without that. So you can do like 100 things right, but then it's just one thing that you need to add on top of it.
That's very good. For people who don't know who James is one of the coaches that we have in the community. So it's great, man. But I think what you also done very, very well is you did not get fancy. Right, so you didn't try to reinvent the wheel yourself, come up with something, come up with a weird strategy, come up with something new yourself. You just said like, I'll find a winning niche, a good team, and I'll do the videos. And it worked, right? And I'm guilty of this myself, both with Grow channels and with my channels. It's like, because I believe we start to think that we are smart, or it seems too easy. And it's like, nah, this cannot work. Let me tweak it. And then you end up with nothing because it doesn't make any sense. It was good the way it was. You just made it worse. But is there anything that if you were to go back that you would change or that you would do differently or not do?
I would start way earlier.
That's a good one.
If you told me like 3 months ago that I'm going to be making $1,000 in a month, I wouldn't even believe it. So how could there be anything I would change?
I love it.